Why the name change from Kerala to Keralam? Under Article 3, the last one is alter the name of the state. Changing the name of the state, it does not need constitutional amendment under Article 368. What is the actual procedure? This is the actual procedure of change of name. Hello and welcome to UPSC Simplified. In today's video lecture, we are going to discuss about the recent decision of Union Cabinet where they have approved the request of state of Kerala for a change of name. You can see here Kerala to become Keralam soon. The Union Cabinet has approved change of name. Kerala State Legislative Assembly had requested changing the name from Kerala to Keralam by passing a resolution in 2023. They had reiterated again in 2024 as well. And finally, the Union Cabinet has taken a decision and they have approved change of name of Kerala to Keralam. In this video lecture, we'll understand all the legal and constitutional nitty-gritties around changing the name of the state. What is the process? In fact, what is the actual process also? At the end of the discussion, we'll also talk about future prospects or what can we expect in the future. So let's begin our discussion with some MCQs. Since prelims is coming, try to attempt these questions. You can pause the video and attempt these. With reference to the renaming of a state in India, consider the following statements. You have to find out the correct statements. There are 4 statements given. First one, a bill for renaming a state can be introduced only in parliament with the prior recommendation of the president. Second statement, the consent of the concerned state legislature is mandatory for renaming a state. Third statement, the bill for renaming a state is passed by a simple majority of parliament. Fourth, such a law does not amount to constitutional amendment under Article 368. So there are 4 statements. We'll try to solve this at the end of the discussion once we get all the information. But if you know it, please try to attempt it and let me know how you fare. There is one more question with reference to the constitutional provisions relating to alteration or renaming of states in India. Consider the following statements. Correct statement have to be found out. Parliament can rename a state even if the concerned state legislature expresses opposition to the proposal. The time period within which state legislature must express its views is determined by the president. There are 2 statements. Let me know what is your answer. We'll solve these questions at the end of the discussion. So let's begin. As I told you, the news is that recently the Union Cabinet has approved Kerala government's request to change the name from Kerala to Keralam. As I told you, Kerala had been requesting it multiple times. There was a resolution which was passed in 2023. Later on in 2024, June also, another resolution was passed. Finally, the Union Cabinet has accepted this request. The question is, why the name change from Kerala to Keralam? This has been a demand for long now because Keralam is the Malayalam pronunciation or Malayalam name. Keralam is the name used in Malayalam. The change of name, it aligns with the regional identity or regional linguistic identity of Kerala. So from now on, it will be called Keralam. Whenever the law comes into action, it will be called Keralam. We can say that it is also an example of shedding the colonial identity. Why? Because for the colonial people, pronunciation of Keralam was quite tough. So they made it Kerala because it was easier for them. So Kerala is nothing but the anglicized form of Keralam. Now they are going to shift it to proper Malayalam style, Keralam. In fact, in the ancient scriptures and in the ancient writing, you will find the name Keralam itself. Okay, it's a very important idea. Now the question is, sir, if I want to change the name of a state, what is the procedure? Where do I find the constitutional details? The change of name can be done through Article 3 of Indian Constitution. I would highly appreciate if students remember this. Article 3 can be used to change the name of the state, formation of new states and alteration of areas, boundaries or names. You can see here under Article 3, the last one is alter the name of the state. Now Article 3 itself gives the details of the procedure to change the name. You can read the paragraph here. It says, no bill for the purpose of changing the name shall be introduced in either house of the parliament without the recommendation of president. That means president has to recommend such a bill. That bill which is now in the parliament, that bill must also be sent to state legislature. That means the president has to refer the same bill to legislature of the state to express their opinion. Again, a time frame can be set up. So from this particular article, what is the procedure? As I told you, the procedure is quite simple. Whenever the change of name of the state is requested, President shall recommend the introduction of the bill for renaming of the state. Now, Kerala alteration of the name bill 2026 would be referred to the state legislature, and the future proceedings will take up probably during the monsoon session of parliament in next few months. So, recommendation of president is a must for introduction. It can be introduced anywhere in Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Remember, either in Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. So who decides this? The government, the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs, to be very precise. They will decide where to be introduced. So before this introduction, the president will refer the same bill to state legislature. Again, there is no fixed time limit in Article 3. The time limit is decided by the President of India, and the recommendation or the ideas of the state legislature, they are non-binding on the central government. You get the point? If the state legislature, currently the Kerala state legislature, they want to change the name. Imagine a hypothetical scenario where they do not want, or there is a change in government, etc. Although it has been passed unanimously, but if there is a change in government, etc., they do not want it. So if the state legislature says no also, that does not matter. If the union government has decided, it can be done even without the approval of state legislature. But in this case, we don't expect that because it's the request from the state itself. So the time period is decided by the president, and the inputs from the state legislature, they are non-binding on the central government. So once the bill is introduced in the house, the bill has to be passed by, very important point, simple majority of the house. Okay, simple majority means 50% plus 1 members present and voting. Once the bill is passed by Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, both the houses, it goes to the president. President gives the assent. The bill becomes a law or an act, and then the constitution schedules are updated. What schedules are updated? Schedule 1 and Schedule 4. Schedule 1 deals with the union and the territory, the details of the state, and Schedule 4 regarding the Rajya Sabha seat allocation. So there also a change happens. Again, please remember, this procedure, it shall not be considered as constitutional amendment. You get the point? In fact, Article 2 and 3, whenever they are used, Article 4 says that whenever Article 2 and 3 are used, they are not considered constitutional amendment per se. So please remember this point. Changing the name of the state, it does not need constitutional amendment under Article 368. Although certain parts of constitution, they do change. Schedule 1 and Schedule 4 are changed because the names are changed. Okay, this is the procedure according to Article 3. But what exactly happens? What is the actual procedure? This is the actual procedure of change of name. Remember, the demand for change of name, it generally originates from the state, because there is state politics, one particular party wants to change the name, etc. Such things happen, and ultimately a decision or a request is made by the state. How? The state legislature, it passes a resolution that we want to change the name of the state. That is what has happened in Kerala. In fact, multiple resolutions have been passed in 2023, also 24 also. 24 resolution in June 2024 it was passed, and then that is forwarded to central government. Now when it is forwarded to central government, the request goes to Union Home Ministry. It's a very important idea. The approval is not given just like that. Do you know why? Because there can be many issues, logistical issues can be there, change of name, because the name is not changed in Article 1 and Article 4. Yes, there changes happen, but it has to be changed everywhere. It has to be changed in all the records, the postal department, railways, etc. So what the Union Home Ministry does is, it examines the proposal. It consults all the other stakeholders who are involved, like the Intelligence Bureau, Survey of India, Registrar General of India, Railways, Post. In fact, it also takes into consideration input from other ministries like the Law Ministry, etc. Their inputs are also taken, and then the Home Ministry prepares a report. It's a recommendation whether to accept or not, and that is forwarded to the cabinet, and the cabinet then takes an informed decision on the recommendation of Ministry of Home Affairs. So right now you can see that the resolutions were passed last year, almost 2 years back, 2024. For almost 1.5 to 2 years, there was a lot of discussion going on in the Ministry of Home Affairs. Finally, they have now okayed it, and the cabinet has said okay for that. Once it is said, then this process starts. The president then recommends a bill in the parliament. The same bill is also referred to the state legislature. So now the Kerala alteration of name bill 2026 would be sent to Kerala state legislature, and we expect that the Kerala legislature would say yes, we completely concur with it. Then the request goes back to central government. That means the parliamentary affairs minister will push these bills forward. So the bill is introduced in the parliament. It has to be passed by simple majority. So it's an ordinary bill. Please remember, if there is some sort of a disagreement between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, there is always a possibility of joint sitting. It can be a pitfall in preliminary examination. There may be a possibility of joint sitting if there is a disagreement between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, or if one particular house does not take action for more than 6 months, president can even call joint sitting. It has never happened in Indian political history, especially with respect to change of name. Then finally, president gives assent. This is the actual procedure that happens. Okay, good. Now, question comes, have there been name changes before? Absolutely yes. Through ordinary bills, name changes have happened. Say for instance, in 1969, Madras was renamed to Tamil Nadu. In 1973, Mysore was renamed to Karnataka rather. In 2007, Uttaranchal became Uttarakhand. Again, the demand for this did not originate from the state per se, but it was a recommendation from the union government. In 2011, Orissa, it became Odisha. Okay, and the Odia language, Odia language also Odisha, the state name, again to represent that regional identity itself. Clear? I hope things are clear to you. Now, what can we expect in future? Now, you think that, sir, now the cabinet has accepted the request from Kerala. Are there any other demands? Absolutely. There has been a demand, especially from West Bengal, and it has been there from many years. In fact, there have been different names also proposed. I would say there have been multiple resolutions passed by West Bengal State Legislature. The name Bangla has been proposed. Bongo name has been proposed. Pachim Bonga has also been proposed. In fact, there was also a talk of change of name of Delhi. Again, I don't think Delhi name would be changed, but I think a few years back, somebody suggested that Delhi should be renamed, a particular MP there, Delhi should be renamed to Indraprasth. Okay, such demands have been there, but one of the prominent demand has been from West Bengal, and we may get some traction regarding this also. Most probably after the election, some sort of a decision might be taken, but again, such requests have come before as well. One of the requests that is pending is the Bangla request. Sure. Okay. That is the completion of today's discussion. Let's now solve the queries based on this particular knowledge. Let's try to solve both these questions. A bill for renaming a state can be introduced only in the parliament with the prior recommendation of president. Absolutely correct statement. Absolutely correct statement. So first statement is correct. The consent of the concerned state legislature is mandatory for renaming the state. This is not mandatory. Please remember, the inputs from the state are not non-binding. So second statement is incorrect. So all is not an option here. The bill for renaming a state is passed by simple majority. Absolutely correct. It is passed by simple majority. Please remember this. It can become a pitfall for you. So two statements are correct. So only one is also not an option now. Such a law does not amount to constitutional amendment under Article 368. Perfectly correct. Perfectly correct. These statements are correct. One is wrong. So only three statements are right. The second statement is wrong. Okay. A little tough question, I would say. Next one. With reference to the constitutional provisions relating to alteration of renaming of states in India, consider the following statements. First one, Parliament can rename a state even if the concerned state legislature expresses opposition to the proposal. Absolutely correct. The time period within which the state legislature must express its views is determined by the president. This is also absolutely correct. Both of them are correct. I hope you have gotten it right at the beginning of the discussion itself. So that concludes our discussion for today. I'll see you in the next one. If you have any queries, any doubts, you can reach out to me on this particular number 8841222262. Apart from that, please remember that my own learning app has also been launched. It is with the name Rahul Saigaonker only. This is the logo of that particular app. All the details have been sent to you on this particular Telegram channel. You can join this. There is daily MCQ practice which goes on, and the updates from my videos are also given on this particular Telegram channel. So I'll see you very soon in the next video. Please stick to your schedule for the examination. Jai Hind.